Welcome to another edition of Lean Bites. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Paul Dean. In today's edition of Lean Bites, we're going to look at a leadership model using a story about a NASA janitor. And we're going to use this model to see the importance and simplicity of everybody contributing to the organisational objectives. And I'll provide you with some tips to help you get the benefit of this model in your own business. In 1962, President JFK visited NASA for the first time. And during his tour of the facility, he met a janitor who was carrying a broom down the hallway. The president then casually asked the janitor what he did for NASA. And the janitor replied famously, "I'm helping put a man on the moon." This example is a well-known story that has been used as a leadership principle for many years. The principle is fundamentally twofold. One, everybody in the organisation has a specific role, and two, everybody knows what they do to contribute to the overall objectives of the organisation. I'm sure you'll agree the task set by JFK during his address to Congress in mid-1961 was monumental. He said, "I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth." Now, while our organisational objectives may not be as grand as what JFK announced, it's likely our objectives can appear just as challenging. In order to achieve the task of creating a way for man to set foot on the moon and return him safely required a completely different way of thinking than anyone had done before. The same applies to your business transformation. We have to think completely different than before. These are my 3 tips to help you create this environment where everybody is contributing to the organisational objectives. Number 1, core values and ideal behaviours. Every business needs to own a set of core values and their associated ideal behaviours. Core values represent the things that we as an organisation hold as critically important to the cultural growth of the business and its people. Ideally, the core values have been created by the people, for the people. Ideally, they're clear, concise, and only need to be a few words each. Ideal behaviours are those actions or the things that we do linked to the core values that will build the culture of our business. Our core values are part of our organisation vision and mission, which inspires us to achieve more and go further than we've gone before. And by adhering to our core values, we can be assured that we're contributing to enable all of us to reach the moon. Number 2, create daily forums at team and leader level that monitor your key measures. Performance measures are those daily or weekly targets that combine to enable us to reach our organisation's vision and mission. A vision of reaching the moon cannot be done alone. It requires everyone to know their operational target and through constant review make every effort to hit the target. Daily and weekly forums are an excellent vehicle to get us to hit our targets by working together, combined with an opportunity to monitor, assess and apply countermeasures, enables us to make step changes to a new and exciting future. We can apply the same concept to our own personal contribution. If we do what makes a difference, then doing it as expected allows us to know that our contribution is valuable. And by participating in these review forums, we can be confident that the health of our environment contributes to the health of our organisation. And number 3, knowing your role. Having the right culture developed through core values and having the vehicle of daily and weekly review forums will only take us so far. The third piece of the puzzle is ensuring that everybody knows their part to play in the organisation. This positioning revolves around that every individual member is aligned with the needs of the business and knows what they need to contribute to achieve that goal. This is more than just organisational structure through org charts. It's critically important that our people know their role and are given the support to be successful, as well as constant coaching to support them to be on the right path. And ensuring our people know their tasks and have the right skill is the practical that combines with the cultural side in producing a high-performing organisation. Your people need the opportunity to grow in their roles and need to be empowered to go further than expected and supported to get there. Your people need structure, sometimes as a framework to know they're doing the right thing, but more importantly, as a platform to go higher. Without an agreed standard, it's hard to aim for a higher and better future. But with that structure, nurturing and support, the moon is not that far away. Ultimately, your people will want to go higher if there's a platform to launch from, and the support, encouragement to get there. It's up to us as leaders to help them to be better versions of themselves day after day. I hope this has been very insightful, and before you go, I'd like to remind you, the search for knowledge is what brought men to the moon, but it took knowledge already acquired to make it possible to get there. Neil Armstrong. Thanks for joining me on this edition of Lean Bites.